1.
Welcome back, everyone, to another session of the World of Horen. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Teo, the DM, and we are Crituitous RP. We broadcast every week on this date. We will rebroadcast this session Friday coming. We'll then stream our half-rate Heroes adventure Sunday evenings, afternoon for you, depending on your time zone, and then rebroadcast that Tuesday mornings? Monday mornings. There we go. I'm learning. If you like what you see, please give us a follow up the top. We like to see that number counting. As of right now, I think I double checked. It was 395. I really want to push up to that 500. We'll do something special when we get to that point. But follow us on Twitter. We are at Crituitous RP. You can subscribe to us on YouTube by the same name. Crituitous RP is our channel. We are broadcasting both on Twitch and live on YouTube. So if you are watching on either, I have the chats open. Send me a message during the game. All right. Now, real quick, we have amidst our players a great group of people from all different walks of life. And amongst us, we have Christina, who's also in a couple other shows. So, Christina, can you tell us a little bit about the other stuff that you do?
Yeah, sure. My name's Christina Sid, at Greek Sid on Twitter. I'm in a few games right now, which are awesome and fun. This one, obviously. Saturdays, I am on the Greyhawk channel for The Rise of the Temple of Elemental Evil. That's at 11 Eastern on Saturdays. And on Sundays, I'm on Encounter RP, Encounter Roleplay. That's 5 o'clock Eastern for a really cool Young Heroes of Fate game. So one in the Abyss, one in a comic book. So it works out.
And here we're in the custom world created by us, both the DM and the players. We set everything up. So
I'm being shamed by my DM right now, who is making me say that I'm sorry, it is 12 Eastern on Saturday. It's 11 Central. My bad, Sev. Thank you.
Well, I apologize to that DM for this incorrect information. All right, let's jump to our story. So previously, our heroes started out in the mountain city, the capital city of the Empire of Irmios, called Oakwell. Oakwell is quite a progressive, quite a big city. It's the center of all the law in the area. And so our heroes were set on a little quest by one of the lawkeepers, an individual named Siran Kadiok. Now, Siran let the party know that there is one of the main ways that communication and laws are kept up to date is through an organization known as the Circle of Speakers. These are individuals who dedicate their spellcasting capabilities to purely communicative magics, and they transmit messages. The speaker in Citadel Haganebuto has not been responding that much. He's not been, he hasn't been heard of in a couple days. So our heroes have been sent on a quiet mission to just go over, find out why he's not responding. They don't think it's too serious, probably just someone slipping on their capabilities. The messages are definitely going through. There's just no response coming in. The way they left the city was a bit of a fun jaunt, as they literally jumped off the side of the mountain and flew down the side, courtesy of the Winged Wyvern wingsuits ran by Belgatras. So we rejoin our adventurers on the road out of Oakwell. They're headed towards Citadel Haganebuto. It's a 400-mile travel. It's going to take them quite a few days, and along the route they will stop off in the little village of Honeygulf, the stop-off waypoint location. But their travel was hindered when they were attacked by a bunch of burrowing Cruthic monsters. So that's where we pick up. After killing the Cruthics, amidst the corpses around the floor, our heroes take it away. What are you going to do?
Is everybody okay?
I think so.
I'm only minorly wounded. I think we all came out very well.
My horse is all right, which is the most important, but I am, how you say, a little banged up.
Okay, come here. Come here.
Okay.
I have to say that was a great workout, though.
I'm gonna take a look at Obi's wounds, and I'm gonna see if there's any kind of like natural irritant, or if it provokes any rashes or anything like that.
Medicine? Is that what you...
I seem to recall
try?
fleshed my arms and legs pretty good, but left my internal organs intact.
So I got a 12.
Okay. So his physiology is somewhat unique. There aren't that many tabaxi in this portion of the world, but he seems fine. No lasting effects from the attacks of these monstrosities. They're not. His wounds will not fester.
You're all right, Obi. It'll heal up by morning.
Thank you.
These creatures, their hide was very thick, and I think that perhaps if that mad tinkerer that we took the notes from, if perhaps she had these things at her disposal, she could probably create some things. What do you think about maybe harvesting some of these things, and when we get back to Oakwell, perhaps there is something we can do with the hide of these creatures?
Sure, I don't think it'll hurt, as long as we don't spend longer than like an hour trying to harvest this stuff.
Theodora, I notice you always have this checklist that you are looking at and checking things off. Is scalping these things perhaps one of the things on your list?
I don't think so. Not unless it has any kind of regenerative capabilities, and I don't think it does.
No, they seem to cut apart like normal.
Yeah, they don't seem like there's anything special about them.
So am I picking up a bunch of these, or am I not picking up a bunch of these?
Well, I don't know if we want to take the whole creature. Perhaps we could just see if we can flay the skin. I am happy to try my hand at it, unless anyone else has experience with this sort of thing.
I have heard that to cut off the foot and put it on some sort of rope that you carry with you is very good luck.
Really?
Yes, it is a common saying all over the south of Irmios.
Keller, can you cut me off one? I like a little luck charm.
I'm happy to do this.
What does a foot of a Crituitous look like?
So these creatures, they don't exactly have feet so much as large spikes that they walk along, trying to. Got it.
They are so lucky because it is so hard to get one.
Yeah, they walk on the tips of very long, protruding appendages that come to a point, and that's what they were stabbing you with.
Oh.
Thank you.
So there isn't a foot, so to speak.
I would take off one of these pointy things, and drop it off, and say, "Here you go."
Okay.
I will give you 10 feet of string and quickly tie it up and say, "Here, you can hang it from your belt."
Right. This is a pretty big chunk, though,
Well,
right?
she's a pretty big lady, so.
True.
I think Obi has this a little bit wrong.
What, you don't like it? She's gonna like wiggle around so it like swings back and forth.
Usually, humans do that with what's called a rabbit's foot. That's what he's trying to talk about.
Well, why would a rabbit be lucky? This monstrosity is surely much more lucky. A rabbit, you eat rabbit all the time. When is the last time you ate one of these? It is because they have 4 legs and they're so lucky you hardly ever see them.
I don't think it's very lucky if it's dead.
It's more of a little charm thing. If anything, when we head back to either Oakwell or even a town, we could see if they actually sell real charms, because that thing's gonna stink, and if we're gonna be doing this mission, we can't be having you stink. So.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Can I wear it until it starts stinking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Jangles around on her belt.
I would like to try skinning some hides, if this is a thing I can do.
It is. It requires some amount of survival skills to be able to skin the hide without damaging it.
I will try this.
Can I assist him?
Of course. Yeah. So he helps, gives you advantage. Go ahead and make a survival check with advantage.
That is a 20.
Nice.
20. All right. That will succeed. As you start skinning this thing, its hide actually comes off in plates, small interconnecting pieces of very hard scale plate pieces. We can put down in your inventory that you managed to acquire 25 pounds of Crituitous scale.
I will note this. It occurs to me as we are collecting this material that this perhaps could offer a compelling cover story if anyone ever asks what we are doing. We are, it's opening up this shop in Oakwell, and we are heading to a citadel full of crafty dwarves. Perhaps we could use as our cover stories that we are going there to look for some sort of artificer who could craft things for us.
Well, we do have a cart. We could put them in there and clean them on the way, and maybe we could get there and there's not even a story. We could actually have someone make something out of this. Who knows?
Yes, it does not need to be a deception. This could be actual things that we are doing. This way we do not have to reveal our ulterior motives.
I mean, I could just use my excuse is actually true. I'm part of, a hunter family. We hunt monsters, save people, so that could also be a cover-up as we, enter cities and see if there's anything that we can hunt there and help them out. Gain a little bit of trust here and there.
Well, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just a bit of a tourist.
Like that too.
It sounds like we all want to tell the truth in various ways. That is marvelous.
Well, let's get back on the road. We've stayed here for a little bit too long. Bandits are going to start coming after us soon.
I hope so.
No.
Why would you hope so?
What? What was that?
So you continue along your journey along the road down towards Honeygulf. Now you have been on the road for 2 nights, and after a couple hours after this, you'll be able to bed down for another night, resting underneath the stars in your usual pattern, protecting oneself as you do. Refresh. You all take watches. Was there anything else that you would do regularly as well? Just to refresh me.
If there is any river nearby, I spend a little free time fishing.
Fish. Okay.
If there's a river. If not,
little streams. Okay.
Use the bubble, and I can collect food for folks.
Fair enough. Then, utilizing the bubble, you guys will be able to rest for a further 2 nights. No event seems to occur. So you all rest well, gaining the full benefits of a full long rest. Over the course of the next 3 days, which leads you towards the village of Honeygulf, is there anything that you guys would be doing? along your travels at
Is
all.
it gonna rain?
Oh boy.
Yes, it's going to start raining.
All right. As soon as that starts happening, Theodora takes off her hood, makes a tiny little squeaky happy noise, and then goes running out of the hut and goes to pray somewhere. Comes back later, drenched.
In fact, the rain is going to last for the 3 days that it'll take to get to Honeygulf.
Oh, we're being blessed.
That is one word for it.
Can any of the ichor or goo from the monstrosity be used in poison? Okay.
Okay. So, on the evening of the third day additional traveling, you will reach the small village of Honeygulf. Now, this space is well known within the world. It's a place that's particularly well known for merchants and travelers, as it perfectly just sits between the Adamantine Mountains and the Moonlit Peaks. There isn't really any road that goes north through the Deadlands, and so everyone that wants to make their way either from one to the other or from the south to the north pretty much always comes through this space. So buildings, shops, everything gets set up to cater for transient individuals. As you approach, you'll see that the main road is just covered in all sorts of taverns and inns, all designed around the name Honeybee or Honey Farm this and Queenie's B&B, all of just designed around the idea of the honey farm that this was originally created for. The most popular spot in Honeygulf is Honey's B&B, which is the brothel and breakfast. So what would you do when you arrive in this small town? What are the sorts of things that you guys look out for here?
Does it smell like honey?
The air doesn't actually smell like honey, but you will find that a lot of places that sell honey mead have drenched their taverns with the smell of honey to create that desire to partake of their goods. And a few individuals that hang around Queenie's will usually use some form of honey-based perfume on themselves.
I mean,
So they smell extra sweet.
Cecil just like mumble, "I hate honey."
Well, where do you want to go?
I think there are many things to see and do here. I recommend just keeping your coin purses closer to yourself as you walk. This is, Oakwell is very civilized, and this place less so. Just as a thing to keep in mind.
Earlier, did you want to get rations here, or did you get that at the last place?
When I saw that they were so kind to put in additional food in the wagon, it did not occur that we would need additional rations. But if you think we need more, well, then we can get more. But I think we are fine.
Yep. Okay. So this is we just got to stay here for the night, I guess, and then move on in the morning?
Are furbolgs safe here too? Like
As a general rule, if a firbolg is inside at night, they will be perfectly safe.
Okay.
That is true for Oakwell and Honeygulf. The further away you get from the Adamantine Mountains, it is less secure. I would be very careful if you ever got to Trask.
Okay.
If you ever go to Trask, talk to me first. Don't go to Trask.
Okay.
There are lots of services here that I do not avail myself of, but I do not advise against them if you wish to check out the town.
So as you look around, at first glance within this little village, you've got plenty to drink and lots of places to buy different kinds of food. So lots of restaurants. There are plenty of inns for you to stay for the night, varying degrees of quality. Here, but it also includes a lot of smiths that particularly work on wagons and making sure that your wagon is secure and set up. There is a mercenary group that you can hire to help guide you from location to location that will act as guards for your caravan. The local tower, as it's just simply called, is where everyone places all of their wanted ads or job postings, and that thing is covered with wanted cleaner for this or wanted people to do this, all sorts of advertisements that are available. There are also sports available inside Honey Gulf, and as you start walking through, you'll see that a lot of their sports involve around contact sports for companions, like animal fighting rings and a lot of animal races that you can stop off at. So plenty to gamble and plenty to earn in this place.
It is a tourist destination, and I guess it would be a shame if you came here and did not at least stop in to see the Queenie, the woman who runs this most famous establishment.
Do you think she has chicken fingers?
Oh, I am quite certain for the right price. If she does not, she will.
Better have it.
If she does not, I would not could not guess who would.
Okay, let's go there. I'm kind of hungry.
So it has been a few days on the road, but you missed the exotic taste of the chicken fingers from Oakwell.
Yeah, that kind of grew on me.
Like a barnacle.
That's the thing about
You need me to look at you.
That's the thing about food, is that in different places, it's people have their own style of making, food like that. So maybe there's some here, but they might not be as good as Oakwell, or they might be even better. You never know.
Never know. All right, so Queenie's, as you start making your way towards it, is not only in the center of the town, but it's also the largest building in town. Being about, from the outside, it looks like it's about 5 stories tall. It looks like a large townhouse that has just been added on top of over years. So you can see different levels of styles of craftsmanship. So the first level is all stonework, then you get some brick, and then there is some white stone on top of the brick, and then woodwork to add on the next few levels. And every few years a new level is just being added to Queenie's, the top of which is at the moment looks like it's some form of stronghold battlement that people are wandering around, seeing all the sights, touristy, not armed at all. Stepping inside, you're hit immediately by this wonderful aroma of pleasant flowers and perfumes that by themselves and in small quantities would probably be quite pleasant, but with the sheer amount is going to knock you back to some degree if you're not quite expecting it. It's also quite hot inside. They've got a fire burning, even though it's quite early in the day, and well, not early in the day. It's still evening time, but the sun's still out, and they've got a fire burning. Soon as you enter in, a rather tall, slender woman. Yep. What's up?
Is this one of the establishments that has the doors that open like this?
Oh yeah. Totally swings open saloon doors. Absolutely, 100%.
All right, I hold my finger up. Can I have just a moment? Just like 2-second head start.
Okay.
And so, I turn off the charm that's on my boots, and all of a sudden I start walking, and you hear ching,
Chink,
ching,
chink, chink.
and I push open the doors, and I look around.
Everything goes quiet as soon as you do. The person playing the piano in the corner stops for a moment to look at the dark-skinned elf that just walked in. A few people playing cards next to them have all stopped as well. Then they go back to their business as Queenie arrives. Now, you mentioned your boots, Carl, Pelia. What's so special about your boots?
I have these spurs, and I just have a minor enchantment that I can make them be quiet if I do not want them to do the chink, chink, chink.
So he's always walking around with spurs on the back of his boots, but can choose whether or not the spurs actually make any sound.
Pretty baller.
Yeah.
That is what they say, a power move.
Okay, so now I look back. Okay, it's okay. You can come in now.
Oh, okay.
So after stepping into Queenie's, this tall, slender, young-looking woman, very voluminous hair, quite curly, that has been tied up behind her head. Nice big smile. Just waves out to you all. Come on in. Come on, please. Sit down. Let me get you a drink on the house. First one's free. Come on in. Sit down. Have a good time. I'm Queenie. If you need anything, come talk to me.
I'll go to sit down, and I pull out some stuff out of my pack, and I'm going to begin ritual casting Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay. Spending 10 minutes just checking.
Do I recognize what she's casting?
Arcana check.
All right. Probably not. That is a 9.
Nope. No idea what she's doing for over the 10 minutes that she's like. Are you sat down in the booth?
Yeah.
Looking. Okay.
Yeah, I just walked in and I started doing all this stuff. You've seen her do this stuff before. Mm-hmm. She's got a standard operating procedure, but usually it's detect magic, and usually it's add a confrontation. This is a little bit different, but similar.
Okay. So 10 minutes is quite a long time inside of a location like this.
Yeah, you guys.
So does everyone else join her at the booth at the table?
Mm-hmm.
I sit over at the bar a little apart and get a sweet glass of warm milk with honey in it.
Okay.
I take a sip of the ale or honey mead that I have, and I point out casually at the proprietor and say, "My friends, I have been traveling this country for a century at least, and I am not sure, but I think this is the same woman who has been here the whole time."
Oh.
She is not. She does not appear to be of my the Fae, so it is not clear what is special about her. But it is remarkable, and I wish to call this out to you.
Maybe she takes baths in the honey. What do you think?
That sounds gross. It's like she's just such a shivers.
I sneak up behind her and right next to Daffy's ear say, or perhaps she bathes in the blood of her enemies.
I don't like that one as much.
Maybe she sucks.
Better than bathing in the blood of your friends, surely.
Maybe she sucks the souls of Tabaxi who are annoying.
That is quite possible. If only I had a lucky trinket on my waist that would keep me safe.
You can't have mine.
That is the point.
So during this, Queenie's going to walk over to your table after you got your drinks given to you. And her perception's pretty keen. So she'll lean against the table. Now, y'all aren't talking about me now, are you?
Hi. Yeah, we were. We were just saying how pretty you were.
Exactly.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You all look pretty good yourselves. Been on the road for long?
A long time now, it feels like.
Yeah, a couple of days.
Oh, that's a long time?
I guess for us, or as a party right now, yeah.
We were on the road for weeks after that and only stayed in Oakwell a couple of days. It has been arduous.
Okay. Well, Miss, and she points towards Daphne. What's your name, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Daphne.
Hi, Daphne. Do you have a moment? Just wanna whisper something to you.
Okay.
Is that okay? All right. So she'll lean in and try to quietly whisper to you. Don't worry. I only bathe in the blood of men, so you're fine. Well, welcome to Honey Gulf. I'm sure you're probably not going to be staying for very long, so if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. There's plenty to do here, but what is it that you're up to? I do like to get to know people.
Well, right now we are. Well, my expertise is monster fighting, and my good friends here we are going around just trying to hunt monsters and get the materials. So if you guys have any problems, if you have any problems with monsters here, we'll be gladly able to take care of it for a fee.
Well, I guess. Are you, if you're a monster hunter, are you here with Luther?
I'm affiliated with the Illums, so they're a different family.
Right.
And who is Luther?
Well, Luther. He's a bit of a scholar, individual. He's adamant about going to explore some ruins that he believes he's found up in Rarunthus Rift. It's up on the northern end of the Deadlands. However, he's having some trouble with the local wildlife stopping him from being able to get to the ruins. So he's been hiring monster hunters regularly. That's Luther Skrill, in case you're interested.
Cecil's just like this, but his sword hand triggers starts shaking at the thought of fighting monsters. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see him around the town. He's a little busy upstairs right now, but if you wanted to talk to him, you obviously could. Those are the only monsters I know about. There have been some attacks from something up in the mountains to the west on a couple people that have been coming this way, mentioning some large, nasty-looking, hard-skinned creatures, big, pointy claws. I don't know much about it. Someone claims there was a nest, but no confirmed knowledge of that. So, any particular monsters you've hunted recently?
Is she talking about the ones that we just killed?
Maybe.
The Kernek.
We killed one of these. I got its leg.
Oh, well, do you need that wrapped up for you?
No, I like it where it is.
Okay, it's rather dirty. You're making a bit of a mess on your clothes. Wouldn't want to ruin your clothes. Let's clean that up for you. And she'll prestidigitate your clothes a little bit to get rid of the blood stains that are coming off of it.
Thanks.
All right. Well, it's been a good day. I've got business to continue with. If you need a room for the night, you can speak to my steward, but it's going to be about 5 gold per night, depending on the room you would require. And then she'll get up and saunter away. Join another group of people, start everything all over again.
She was very nice, but I couldn't tell if she was joking or not. I don't know.
What did she say?
She said she bathes in the blood of man, and that's why she stays pretty.
Well, yes, but you are not a man, or you are not a man in the sense of being a human, nor are you a man in the sense of being male, which is why, as I said, firbolgs at night are very safe indoors.
Well, that's what she said. She said I'd be safe, but
Daphne, I think,
looks around.
I think she was kidding. This seems like a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, seems like a yoke.
They specialize in a certain type of hospitality that makes these rooms more expensive. I do not need to stay here myself. I'm happy to find other lodgings that are less expensive.
That's fine by me.
What's that fight? What, 5 gold was it?
5 gold for a night, per room.
You will not find more comfortable rooms in the city, but if you want something cheaper, there is cheaper.
Oh, while this is happening, I'm just gonna do a quick divine sense. Just in this area.
Well, before you do so, by now the 10 minutes is up for the detect poison and disease.
Towards the end of it, she's holding a leaf in front of her face and going, "You mo dizao, you mo dizao."
Jackie!
So, for the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Okay.
We don't need to get too technical here.
Nope.
I just want like a rundown of, is this place filthy?
This place is filthy. And so are some of the clientele. We won't go into detail, but you will also pick up the fact that not just diseases, Queenie happens to have a lot of various different types of poisons on her person as of right now. And by the way your senses are able to detect, it's not a case of she is poisoned by many different poisons. She is carrying many different poison vials hidden within her clothes.
Would that spell include antitoxin?
It includes poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases. So, no.
Great.
I'm just going to push my drink away.
Okay. The drink's clean.
I'm not thirsty anymore. Or hungry.
I'll have yours. Thank you, Theodora.
Damn,
What?
he's having her drinks. Oh.
Yeah, I'll give mine away. I don't like honey.
Why don't you like honey?
It's too sweet. I'm more of a in-between type of person. Not too sweet, not too sour.
Do you want like an ale instead?
I'm fine. Thank you, Lady Daffy.
Alright.
If we go to sleep and nothing bad has happened, I think I'm going to come back here and do some work towards nightfall. Just so you guys know.
Do you want to stay here?
Not really, no.
Oh, I can accompany you. I think I may be coming back tonight.
Be careful. Use protection.
Use the
While you guys are sat there talking, joking about all of this, a bar fight will start out in the back corner of this particular space. You watch as someone spills a drink accidentally, maybe. Who knows? And that causes that person to stand up. They then swing for someone else. It misses, hits another person. A brawl is about to start. What do you guys do? Mostly between merchants, by the looks of it.
Sit back and watch.
Yeah?
I will join in with the explicit purpose of beating people up just a little bit, but really I'm stealing their money in the middle of the fight. If they're merchants and there's gold around, this is a worthwhile endeavor.
Okay, so you're gonna jump in to just hit right and grab the.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, oh, we're fighting, but really I'm dodging and stealing money from people and making it look like we're all part of a fight. This is just how this goes. A little bit of fisticuffs.
Okay. Either that'll be controlled by a sleight of hand or a deception roll. Anyone else getting involved?
The same.
Depending if Obi gets hit, and I'll join in.
Okay.
So for an 11, I jump into the melee.
Okay. Obi's going to get hit. I mean, that's just going to happen. But Obi's also going to hit a couple people as well as take away quite a bit of their coin.
All right. So seeing Obi fight, I'm going to yell at Obi, "What are you doing?" And I'm going to jump. I'm going to actually take out my scarf and place it, and give it to Lady Daphne. Like, please be careful with this. And I'm going to jump into the fray to get Obi out of there.
He took his scarf off. He means business.
So I'm going to go in and I'm going to punch everyone I see.
All right. So
including
diving.
Obi.
All right. I'd like both of you to just make an attack roll. It doesn't matter what kind. Just make an attack roll.
Nat 20 for a 28.
Okay.
This
is just to see how well you do in the fight, in the brawl.
So can I just do my longsword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just an attack roll. Okay. 25 with your +7 on your longsword. Okay, so you roll pretty well. Obi just starts owning everyone that's in there.
Remember, I'm not trying to stand apart as like a great fighter. This is very controlled, duck weave, hit here and there. I'm just one of the crowd, everybody.
Yeah. What you do very well is you entice people to hit you and then dodge away last minute to cause them to hit other people. And that was particularly well done. You do actually avoid taking more than 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Negligible. Cecil, as you jump in to defend him, you end up taking quite a few of those blows that he skillfully avoids, whilst also dishing out a couple, and you will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. During the fray, Obi, you will manage to collect an extra 76 gold pieces. Okay, one particular large pouch is quite teeming with gold, and you grab that just as someone's swinging at you. The fight then begins to die down as soon as the staff and the security of the venue start pummeling in and dividing everyone up. They dash out a few blows of their own before finally separating everyone, and it's all fine. The two that instigated everything get literally thrown out the bar. You guys get asked to leave, but not forced to leave.
I'm just gonna pick up Obi like this and bring him to the table. It's like, well, we can't stay here now.
Okay.
I will being asked to leave for dinner. We do not want to stay anyway.
I will wave to the queenie and say, thank you for the drink. It was very delicious.
Thanks. Sorry people got in a fight.
Oh, happens all the time. Do come back.
Okay.
For the broken furniture, and I leave 20 gold on the table. Should be more than enough.
I activated Divine Sense. Did I sense anything?
So Divine Sense allows you to detect the presence of any celestials, fiends, undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover, right? You don't sense any of those. This place is clean of that sort.
For now.
She'll take your coin quite gladly. She'll stuff it into her little apron.
No hard feelings.
None. As her servants immediately get to work fixing everything. And it's clear that her staff, which are usually quite young, spry-looking men and women, are pretty gifted at least with this sort of thing, they're used to cleaning up after particular brawls, and so they make a good quick work at fixing everything, putting it back where it needs to be, and then everything is like it never happened. You head on out as a group, and you'll be able to find yourself a place to sleep in many different inns, all of which usually will charge you only about 2 silver for the night. Per person, I should say. Okay.
I would like one of those, yes.
Yep.
Do you want to room up again, Theo?
Yeah, definitely. But before we go to sleep, I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if I can clear up a disease or two. Because that place sure needs it.
I'll go with you. It's kind of fun. Maybe we can play something.
Is it the end of the night now? Are we bedding down?
If there's nothing anyone else wants to do, then yeah.
No more stitches I'm going to have to do, or bandages, or wrapping Obi's fists. We're good. Okay. So, yeah, come with. And then me and her will go back to the brothel.
I would accompany you if you don't mind. If this is a girl's night, you can have it. But
you can come.
All right. As you step in, Obi, having been involved in the fight before, you notice that the few individuals that were acting as security, these quite stocky-looking individuals of various different, a couple different races. There's a human, a dwarf. There is a half-orc as well. That's all just kind of working together. They take note of you and watch you, but they don't force you back out. Okay. And you guys go in. Now, what kind of people are you looking to help out there, Theo?
People with diseases. I have prepared lesser restoration today, so I have 5 total uses I can spend on clearing up 1 disease each. So I will probably go back to the matron if she's still here, and if not, find someone who looks like they know what they're doing.
You'll be able to find Queenie. She's almost always around. So, hello again.
Hello.
Back for more, I see.
Sort of. I noticed earlier that there are a whole lot of diseases under this roof, and I have the capability of fixing some. And so I was wondering if you had any girls or boys in the back that can't come out anymore that really need some help.
Roll a persuasion check. Because that would really help business if you can just clear all of that up.
Got an 8.
Okay. Yes, we do have some. Okay. You're new here, and as much as I would like to be able to welcome you with open arms, I don't really know you, and casting magic over my children it does concern me a little bit. Do you have credentials or something that I can?
Theo's so smart, though. She knows so much about like bodies and medicine and yeah.
Thank you, Daffy. I'm blushing. I am a student at the University of Oakwell, and I have paper with their header on it, if that helps.
Can I see it?
Mm-hmm. And I'll show her my bingo card that I've been slowly trying to fill out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just as a precaution, I would like you to perhaps cast the first on myself, and then if it works appropriately, then I'll permit you to assist my children.
Yeah, sure. We can do this however you want to do it. I mean, this is free labor I'm giving you. So.
Well, but that is one person who would not benefit from your ministrations.
She can deal with that how she wants to. If she wants to be selfish about it, then she can be.
How much would it be for a night here with one of your friends as friendly conversationalist?
A conversationalist? You want an intelligent Man, woman,
Oh,
orc, dwarf.
One of your children. I am not particular.
Okay. Then let's say 3 gold.
How about it is 5 gold? My friend here casts it on this person, and then she can do the rest, and this person and I will go upstairs for a conversation.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion 11.
Make no mistake, I have no intention of actually receiving the benefits of this cast. I have ways of storing any magic that is cast upon me, and so I intend to identify the magic that is cast so it can then be shared to someone else. So please don't feel like I'm being selfish. I'm being more careful and precautious.
Ah.
Well, that sounds all right then.
Is that acceptable to you? Would you like any sort of compensation for your assistance?
Nope. Well, yeah.
Okay. And what kind of compensation are you looking for?
5
What would
gold
be
per
adequate?
person?
5 gold per person? For a casting of Lesser Restoration, I'd probably pay more at most
10
cities,
gold
so of
per
course.
person.
I like you. I'll go for the 10. All right.
Yay!
All right. So you cast Lesser Restoration on her. Okay. You'll notice that as it does so, a pendant that wasn't originally visible around her chest, around her neck, becomes visible and begins to glow a nice, brilliant pink hue. The pendant appears to be an amber or resin stone, inside of which is a snake curled up in an S sort of form. As it begins to glow, she holds on to it, mutters under her breath. You can tell she's casting Identify, and she's identifying the magic that is within here. And okay, acceptable, understandable. I will pay you for your services, of course. Let me follow me into the back, and we'll find some people.
What you got there? That looks very interesting.
Trinket I picked up a long time ago. Very valuable item. The magic within the slice that is within this pendant is it allows me to direct any spell of a certain power level or lower into the pendant instead of to me, and then I can ascertain its properties and then use it on someone else.
Where did you get a thing like that?
Oh, that's a very long story and involved a lot of people getting not what they wanted.
Okay. I guess.
Perhaps next time you visit the city, and have a bit more time. Do you have time? I don't know if you've got a couple days.
Not really. No, we're kind of on a mission.
Well, if you do have a couple days, then I'll gladly talk about it with you. So then pass over to the children, which she brings out 3 young elven female and one human male. Ages around 20 to 25, quite scrawny looking, haven't eaten very much, and she invites you to cast it on them.
Okay, and so what? The way that I do this is I rub my hands together, make them very, very warm. Look like I'm doing something very important here, and then I go doot right on their nose.
With a wash of energy, they're all healed magically, according to you. Thank you very much for your assistance. 5 castings, 50 gold it is. All right. She'll pull out 50 gold out of a coin pouch. Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. I do like that idea there. Greek said, power word boop.
That's a good one.
All right. Then for 5 gold, you'll have the knight, Obi, and...
let's make it 20 for all 4 of them.
Okay. She'll direct you up to one of the upper floor rooms, which has enough space, and then lock you away for the evening.
I will give them each 2 gold, and then tell them to have a good night, go out the window, climb up on the roof, and sleep on the roof for the night.
Figured. Okay. All right. So you've ended up spending 28 gold now.
Yeah, I've kept track of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Anything else you guys will be doing this evening before bedding down?
Daffy just wanted to go around and tell stories to everybody in the bar, in the tavern, in the brothel.
I want to check the board to see if there's anything interesting, like a interesting job.
Mm-hmm. So most of it is either trash or it's old notices. The notes that are currently running and quite fresh, new, you'll see on the jobs board there is 25 gold per satyr horn. Someone is trying to buy satyr horns. There is an offer for 100 gold per unblemished basilisk eye, in case you wanted to go hunting out basilisks. There is the notice about Luthar Skrill. He wants guides or protectors willing to brave the Reruntus Rift. Speak to Luthar Skrill at the Birds and Bees Mercantile. And then there is a bounty on some bandits along the Corzois River. Speak to Queenie for details.
I'm gonna grab all 4 of those.
Okay. All right.
Like.
All right. Now, if you're taking them off the board and have no intention of doing them, you know that means the jobs won't get done, right?
I'll put them back.
Okay.
I'm gonna show them to everybody, and then I'll put them back.
Fair enough. Then, as the night settles in, the musicians from the taverns start making their way out into the streets and continue their music all night long out in the street. So Obi sleeping under the stars. It's still drizzling a little bit. You'll have water and music to keep you occupied all night. All right.
That's not preferable, but I'm someplace no one knows where I am, and that's the important thing.
So, you all rest for the evening. You spent your money, you got your night's rest, waking up in the morning, ready to go, fully restored in your capabilities, Theo. Okay? And hit points all at max for the 2 of you. Right. On this morn, the rain has stopped, but there is still cloud in the sky. The temperature has dropped a little bit compared to how it was the past couple of days, and so it's winter is coming. All right.
So I guess since we're all together, I'm gonna put down the 4 little stuff that I got from the board. And before I go, I kind of want to do at least one thing to help this place out, regardless of how honeyness and disgusting it is to me. So if you guys want to, we can choose something here before we leave, and at least try to make this place a little bit better before we continue down our road. Plus, we also might need money anyways for later.
I got 50 gold last night.
That's good job.
Congratulations, Theodore.
I got some amount too in this bag. Do you want the rest? Anyone?
Just give it to the treasurer. I think that's Palir, right?
Okay. It's a bag with 53 gold in it.
I will add it to the party funds.
From the ones I remember, the ones that stood out, the Lufer one looks like it might take a while, but it looks like he has like some sort of not a hold, but he has like some sort of status in this town. So there's always that. there's that monster with the eye that's 100 gold. So if we hunt one, we get 200 gold if we get both eyes. Plus, that sounds like a cool challenge. And what was the other one? Those are. Oh, and the bandits stood out. And I look at Obi if you want to handle some bandits that are wanted.
Bandits are significantly easier to find than satyrs or basilisks.
I do not advise going after the basilisks.
How far away is the Crituitous Rift?
So in terms of distance, if that's looking at our map that was wonderfully created. I'm going to upload this map into Roll20. It'll make it easier to calculate distances. But the Crituitous Rift is actually it's right next to the base of the northern half of the Moonlit Mountains. It will take you out of your route by at least 20 days to go to that Crituitous Rift. However,
alternatively,
you could possibly do after you've gone to Haganebuto.
Yeah, alternatively, we get to Haganebuto and then kind of make it a northern journey back to Oakwell if we go back to Oakwell.
Yeah, we could do that if we come back. It's still here.
So would that be? Would that meet your requirement, Cecil? Is coming back afterwards, or would you still prefer to do one of these tasks?
I would prefer that we try to do something at least here, if it's fine with everybody. I know that we're currently on a job, but remember, we're not supposed to. That job is technically, we're not really supposed to be on a job per se. So it would be nice to at least leave a little trace that we were doing something in this town.
This makes sense. Personally, I do not think that hunting satyrs is a sporting thing. And I trust Theodora when she says that we should avoid the basilisks. So the bandits seem like a worthwhile pursuit.
Exacting justice.
Yes, you would like it.
Yes, but that's me and Pelir would definitely like this.
Does anyone have a good rapport with this Queenie? Is that perhaps would like to be our representative in this matter?
I know. I would assume that would she have told us that she healed the people from her?
Yeah, you guys knew what I was off doing.
All right, so then me and Theo would go in and talk to her. Try to get this one done, and I'm gonna put back the 2 hunting ones, but I'm gonna keep the Lufer one.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
All right.
So what exactly do we need from her?
We just need to talk to her.
What do we need from
the situation? It's to get more information on the bandits and where they at.
Oh, is she the proprietor of the quest?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a bounty on bandits that she is apparently named next to.
Nice. All right, so then I guess we'll go. And I look at Pelir as like, you're gonna do the same thing you did yesterday. You wanna, go inside first. All cool. So it's like like joking around with him, making fun of him.
No, go ahead. I have my fun.
All right, let me just turn off my my scarf's magic, and then as I walk in, I go like the scarf's moving, and I move it like this, and I walk in.
All right. On this day, on this particular morning, it's very quiet inside this place. Not a lot going on, not a lot of people visiting. So the only person currently on staff is Queenie behind the bar.
I'm gonna walk up to her, and I'm not gonna slam it, but I'm gonna put it on a table. Like, can you tell me more about this, Queenie? Also, good morning.
Hi.
Morning. So you're not just hunting monsters; you're hunting anything, really.
At this point, we want to at least do something here, and this is the one that's close. I would assume it's the closest option here. We're just trying not to spend too much time.
All right. Well, so you've hunted bandits before?
Yeah, low tier. They're every bandit's low tier to me, so they're easy. They're pretty easy, right, Obi? Don't look at him. Never mind that.
Everyone bleeds kind of the same.
Well, this particular group of bandits, they've managed to be quite elusive. That bounty has been getting bigger and bigger every time someone attempts it and fails. The deal is that you're welcome to take the bounty and go hunting for it. To be within rights to be paid for the job, you do need to put a little down payment towards the reward. So 25 gold secures you the bounty. No one else can claim it until you have returned. The reason for that is upon your death. That means the price of the bounty goes up by 25 gold. So once you've completed it, you get the total pot, which currently sits at, well, after your 25... 300 gold pieces.
Sounds good. That's probably the most out of all the little stuff that was available.
Quite possibly. So is that something you'd like to take?
I look at the party. Where exactly was like their last location?
So the last attack that they made was just on the edge of the Kozoas River, south of here. Southeast of here, the river starts heading towards a forest. The attack that they made was just before people reached the forest. It's only about 15 miles away, or so. That was the last known sighting of them. So they're anywhere around that particular area. They've not just specifically been hunting those on the river, as people do like to take boats up and down. They have been attacking those in and around that area.
Okay. So we're gonna do this one.
Okay.
I pass the purse of gold that Obi gave to me to Cecil.
All right, and I put down the down payment.
Okay. Wonderful. Now, to give you a little bit more information, what we have been able to ascertain about these individuals, there are 5 of them, 5 bandits that work together. Now, they work under some leadership, some individual that runs them. We have heard word of them calling out to the master, whoever that might be, but it's usually one of them. So, of the 5, one of those 5 is the master. These individuals are all dwarves, by the looks of things, and they are actually the deep dwarves. You might know of them as Duergar. They're not often found on the surface, and these ones do seem to have dressed themselves in such a way that they avoid a lot of the disadvantages that most Duergar would gain. So, have you encountered deep dwarves before?
I don't think Cecil has.
Okay. They, well, for all I know, and I've not exactly been around for too long to know too much, but I do know that there were some deep dwarves within the lower portion of Citadel Haganibuto to the east of here before their collapse happened, and so now they're not often seen, but from time to time they are. These individuals, though, have shown quite the capability at harming individuals without actual physical weapons. I don't know how. I don't know if they use magic or something, but they are quite capable of harming you without touching you. So do be careful.
All right. Anything else we should know?
You are the 6th group that have gone to try and deal with them, and we've seen nothing of those 5. So probably got most of their loot too, as well as the loot of most merchants. You're welcome to keep whatever you find. We just want them gone and evidence that they have been defeated.
All right, sounds good.
I will step up. I have a question. Madame, Miss Queenie, what is it that these bandits do? Do they attack people on the road? Do they raid towns? What is their method of attack, or what is it that they are renowned for doing other than defeating people who come after them?
Well, the original bounty was because they were attacking merchants at night when they were sleeping on the side of the river. The thing that concerned a lot of people was the innate ability to become invisible. So they would attack whilst invisible and therefore do a lot of damage before anyone could react to them.
Very well. I thank you.
Once you've sorted this bounty out, I'm sure a lot more business will happen on the road. So a lot of people will, on the river, rather, a lot more ferries will start heading down. So there will be a lot of people that will be happy for your assistance.
That's about right. That's what we want to do. We want to help out.
Okay. But they have definitely been ambushes. So I think it might be difficult to ambush them yourselves. You're welcome to try, of course.
Always like a challenge. Well, should we head out?
Daffy's just been sitting to the side, shaking her new lucky leg back and forth the entire time. So,
Gonna poke someone's eye out with that thing.
what?
Well, let's get a head start, guys.
Miss Daffy, would you like that hollowed out and turned into a drinking horn, perhaps?
Can you do that?
Or like a real horn.
I'm sure we could.
Like a trumpet or something.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll get someone to work on it. It'll take just take about an hour or so.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it off her butt.
Right. So she'll take it off, and you can see that part of the reason why she's doing it is because she's tired of cleaning up the mess that is being sprayed every time she twirls. A little bit more of the little bile and blood flays off everywhere. So she goes off, she gets someone to clean it out, hollow it out, and cure it, and then give it back. Here you go.
Sweet. Thank you. Just put it right back on, twist it around, and now I can drink out of it. Thank you.
And now it's not making a mess.
Oh, sorry.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. All right. So you guys start heading out along the riverside. Now, are you going to go on the river
just go
or
on
the
horseback? Let's leave the wagon and go on horseback.
The wagon might make us appear like merchants and perhaps draw them out.
That could happen, or we can find a way to ambush them. I like beating people at their own game. It makes it easier to take them out because, you know, they're like, whoa, how did they do that? You know?
Well, then the wagon could be a bait to draw them out and to then ambush them.
Exactly. And we got the greatest ambusher of all time in Obi.
That generally works better when we find them, and then in the middle of the night we, surround them and then ask them to surrender politely, because that, I guess, is what you're supposed to do. Certainly we would not murder them in the middle of the night, but with no one chance to scream.
I'll worry about you sometimes, Albie. I'm not going to lie.
There's no need to worry. You have your lucky foot. It'll make us all lucky.
Well, we have 5 of them. So I don't think we'll be able to capture all of them, Obi. So if it has to happen, he gives them like a wink, like it has to happen. Don't worry.
Oh, that would be a real shame.
Yep.
Oh well, off we go.
Okay. So you're taking the wagon, you're taking all the horses, you're taking everything with you, right? What are you doing to be able to find them?
Are we just going to blunder around as, hello, we are merchants? Please do not kill us.
Well, I think we would travel normally without very much precaution until we have traveled about 15 miles, thinking that this is where we are supposed to go. Are we in agreement? This is a thing to do. I guess. But when we get there to the river, then I have a minimal ability with woodcraft, and I can perhaps find a trail. But I am not by any means an expert tracker of any sort.
That sounds good. I'll assist you on that.
So once you get to that 15-mile mark, once you get close to where you believe the ambushes have been happening, is that all you're doing? Just looking for tracks, or what are you doing to try and find them or ambush them? Like, what are you? These guys usually ambush groups, merchants. You guys are far more heavily armed than most merchants would be. And there's a lot less goods in your wagon compared to the number of people. That usually with a merchant caravan, there'd be a lot more goods per person. So what are you doing to try and lure or find these bandits?
Does anybody have like minor illusion? Or
I mean, we could pretend to be injured, and I mean, I am not very good at finding people. Once we find them, I am good at the rest, but if we do not find them.
I could make a very, very big illusion that's also, makes sounds and smells and heat. And you mean like that?
What if you just played music, Daffy, and then everybody else get into the wagon, and then I'll cover up the wagon, and it'll just look like me and Daffy, two lonely girls on the front of a wagon. That might do it.
Exactly. That actually sounds like a good plan. That human scum will, the dwarven scum will probably come out because it's just you two.
So, do we put our extra horses all behind the wagon, or do we tie the horses up and come back for them?
It's kind of out of the way. I'd just put them behind the wagon.
If that is the case, I would recommend I will be outside of the wagon, off in the woods, and just be a little ahead and to the side to see if I can catch them unawares.
Tree climbing.
Mostly on the ground, but I could climb trees if that is necessary.
Okay, cool.
Then to represent that, Obi, can you take one of the horses and move away from the group?
Oh, not with the horse. I will be on foot, moving swiftly through the woods.
Didn't you say you were going to take your horse and separate it away?
No, I said I was going to be in the woods, off the side and ahead, so that maybe I'll catch them first or catch them unawares as they're getting prepared to jump the wagon.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine. If I wasn't clear.
Daphne, what I am intrigued by this illusion that you mentioned. What did you have anything in mind in particular that might be helpful in this?
No, you just said you wanted to do an illusion to draw people out, so I can do it if you want to tell me what to do.
I cannot think of a good use for it myself.
We'll keep it in our back pocket for later. All right, so am I singing now? Am I playing?
All right.
I would enjoy it.
So roll a performance check if you'd like.
Sure.
See how attractive your singing is to this endeavor. Now, Obi, you're off hiding.
I'm keeping pace. I'm keeping pace ahead and in the woods.
Okay.
Into the woods and out of the woods. That's the song you should sing.
It's not a great performance. It's only a 12.
I have a 26 to running around in the woods.
Okay. All right. So you've got, if I understand this correctly, you have Daphne and Theo in the wagon leading it. Cecil and Pellier, how far back are you? How far separated from the group are you?
We're going to say that we were covered.
Okay, so you're covered, yeah. Yes. So
we're in the...
stealth checks underneath the cover.
Fuck.
And Theo, who are you guidancing?
If Daffy's music isn't very good, it starts out not very good.
She's a little off key.
I'll fix her.
Okay.
I got an 18 stealth.
She's not a big singer, but you were like, yeah, she should sing. So she's like, okay, I'll try. And she pulls out her lute. She's more like a speaker of sorts, but she'll try to sing.
Okay. After getting a confident boop from Theo, roll another performance check with guidance this time. Okay, so we've got an 18 for stealth on Cecil and Pellier.
An 11. And I think what we're trying to do also, not other than just not be seen, is add to the weight of the wagon. So we're trying to judge how heavy it is.
Oh, that's
so you're trying to make
19.
it look, trying to be visible, but underneath so they can see the bulk, but they just can't see you are the bulk. Okay. Would you like to add your D4 for guidance on that, Daffy?
Sure, why not?
You don't have to, but you can.
I mean, it's there. Sure, why not? That's a 1. So a 20.
It's not a 1 because you rolled 1 space D4.
Oh, you're right. I put my space in there.
1 D4.
You're right. So it's a 2.
2! That much better.
21.
21.
Much better. Okay. So, let me have these guys roll far
wherever you are.
I love that one.
That was very nice, Daffy. Okay. So, these guys are not very perceptive. They even fail to notice Pellier's sticking out of the wagon. You will notice them. What you see is the wagon starts making its way down the side of this river, down the little trail that you have. Is next to a copse of trees. A few small individuals stumble out. They stumble as if looking drunk. There's 5 of them. They practically fall over each other in the ground. Their cloaks just covering everything about them. One of them stands up and just starts waving at the performance and starting to... you
know it, keep going! My heart will go on.
Cast light on my thumb.
So it's clear these guys are, these drunken idiots, by the looks of things, start making their way towards you. I'd like you both to roll, or anyone that's watching them, to roll insight, because they are trying to deceive you into thinking they are drunkards.
That is low. That is an 11 for me.
I got a 13.
This blanket looks very wonderful.
Okay. They got a 2 on their deception. So they really struggle to do so. You do notice that these individuals do look a little off. You've not quite noticed the fact that these Duergar don't exactly look 100% alive. Their skin looks a little bit loose. They look like they haven't really seen much light, if anything. They're keeping their face covered as much to avoid the sunlight as well, to hide the fact that they're teeth and beard is covered in blood. What do you guys do as they start stepping towards you?
I'd like to murder the middle one.
Okay. Then we're going to roll
for murder.
As you roll to murder, let's roll for initiative.
17. And I don't know if they saw me because it was my stealth against their passive, so I don't know if I get a surprise round or
19.
not.
I'll sort all that once I've got everyone's initiative rolls. We'll sort all of that out.
Okay. Oh, damn.
6.
Daffy for the win.
Jesus.
Woo.
Okay, so we have Obi, Cecil, Daffy, Pele, Theo already in the initiative order. So looking at the situation, 23 for Daffy, 19 for Cecil, 17 for Obi, 12 for Theo, and 6 for Pele. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right, then yes, in this situation, in terms of surprise situation, these guys were expecting to have a bit of a fight with the wagon. Okay, they see the individuals that are on the wagon. They didn't see Pele, but they figured they're going to end up fighting the wagon. They didn't expect to have to be ambushed. So in this moment, I will allow Obi to get not a surprise round, rather specifically, everyone in the turn order is going to be considered surprised on Obi's first turn. So, Obi, what do you do?
I would like to run in as my movement and then stabby stab the one in front. And I should get, let's see. So I get advantage because no one has taken a turn yet. And if I hit them, any damage I do is a critical.
Yep, so make sure this is an assassinate attack.
I didn't program assassinate, so let's just roll the dice.
Okay.
26 to hit.
26 is going to hit. You hit for 8 slashing plus then the 10 sneak attack. Roll the sneak attack again with another d6. So 3d6.
That'd be 12 more damage.
Okay.
And
powerful strike.
And then I will use a key point to do Flurry of Blows and hit him twice as a bonus action. And I don't know, are they still surprised after the first hit for the full round?
So the normal individuals would get advantage on the first attack they make on a turn because their attack was from a hidden position. Mm-hmm. And then subsequent attacks would not be at advantage. You, however, as an assassin rogue, you specifically have advantage on all attacks against creatures who have not acted yet this turn in this combat. So all attacks are at advantage.
Right. My question, though, is I get critical hits against any creature that's surprised. So if I've hit the first one, are they still crits for the next two?
Still surprised. Yep.
Okay. So 23.
A creature is surprised until the end of their first turn in combat.
Okay.
So 23 and 20 will both hit.
So I need to roll again another 66.
Note, you don't get sneak attack on these because you only get sneak attack once per turn.
That's right. So I get another 2d4.
Yes, another 2d4.
So that'll be another 7 points of damage. So 9, 8, and 7.
Okay. This Duergar right in the middle, down. There we go.
I will then use my Feline's Grace to double my movement, and I'm going to run away.
Okay. We go through everyone else, no longer surprised. Daffy, top of the round, what do you do?
All right. Well, thank you for getting back out of the way there, Obi. Well, I guess we're just going to cast Shatter. All right. I'd like to cast that at 3rd level.
Okay.
And they need to make some Constitution saves.
They do. All right, you're going to cast it in such a way that you get all 4 of them.
Yes.
So con saves for each of these guys. What is the DC on that?
15.
Okay. Unfortunately, all 4 of them do manage to succeed the save, taking half damage from the shatter. How much damage is that going to be?
Cast at 3rd level. It's going to be 4d8. I just imagine that she takes like the very high note of that song and just 4d8. So that'd be 15, so 7.
All right. 7 points of damage each. Anything else from you, Daffy?
Why don't we throw some inspiration out? Why not? Who can I actually see is the question. Well,
because
Theo's right
Obi did not... Yeah, Theo's right next to you. Obi didn't stealth, so he's visible. You know that Pellier and Cecil are underneath the cloth, so you could just lift up the cloth and inspire either of those, so you can get anyone.
Okay. I'll just have her lift up the cloth, and since Pelier's closer, just be like, "Hey, Pellier, I think it's time we can kill these things now. Get out there!"
Oh boy.
All right. Then Cecil. So you're underneath the cloth in the back of the wagon. We'll consider you to be prone, so it'll take half your movement to get out of the wagon and be stood up. What are you going to do?
All right, so I'm going to dash then. And so I'll probably get right around here. I'm going to move. Hold on,
Okay.
let me just... Right there.
Okay.
I have my sword drawn, and so... Can I still do a divine sense just because once I see these guys, or no?
Divine sense requires an action, so if
Okay.
you're dashing as an action, then
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll just be ready there, and I'll end my turn.
Okay. Obi. These guys still have not acted yet, so
that's right.
you have
I
advantage.
will run in and I will stab this guy in the face.
Okay. Doesn't count as an assassinate, but it is
Right.
still advantage.
So that's 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
And then I'm going to use as a bonus action my martial art feature that lets me make one unarmed strike after a hit with a monk weapon. So 16.
That is as your bonus action, though, right?
That is my bonus action, yep.
Yep.
But
Okay.
it does not burn.
All right. So with the 16 on this, the 16 will miss.
Boo! And having done my bonus action and my action, I'm done. I will
Okay.
stand.
So these 4 individuals, all right. So they turn to you, keeping themselves hooded up. One of them, the one that you just attacked, is going to turn to you and just stare into your eyes. You'll see their eyes almost seem to glow a little bit. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, why couldn't it be wisdom? No, actually, intelligence is okay. It's 13.
Okay. With a 13, you succeed. No
Ooh.
ill effect there. Good job for them. However, the other 3 notice that you guys are quite capable. There's more of you than they expected, so they're going to use their actions to turn invisible.
Oh, that is so exciting.
As there's only one still left, the one that's engaged with you. He won't move. That was his action to try and affect you. So the rest will. Okay. Theo, what would you like to do?
So, yeah, I'm just gonna try it. Just gonna try it instead of asking you beforehand whether or not it'll work. Okay, I would like to cast Create Destroy Water, and I would like to cast it on the group of invisible Duergar.
All right, so throw up the text for create and destroy. How much water do you create?
It's a 30-foot cube of rain.
Okay, 30-foot cube of rain. All right, so let's draw a 30-foot cube. Nope, that's a line. Let's draw a cube here. So that's what I want. 5, 10, 15. 30-foot cube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should be that. And so where would you like to place it?
I think, let's see, 30 feet away is the furthest it can get. So that's here is the center of it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Great. Okay, so my plan with that, hopefully it works, is to make the ground so muddy and dirty that whenever they take steps, you'll see their footprints.
Well, and how heavy is the rain? Would you see the rain like landing on somebody and
like
not?
It's 10 gallons
over them.
So you will notice as you cast this big huge torrent of water that drops down, that there is an outline of something blocking the water from falling right in the corner here. Okay, so your create or destroy water has identified that in this spot there is an invisible Duergar, and sure enough, as the ground starts to get a little bit wet, his boots are a little bit indented into the ground. You can clearly see he is stood there. There is no other evidence of any other individual other than Obi and the one that's visible also within that space. Okay?
Okay.
And I will let you know if any footprints appear within that area. Anything else from you, Theo?
That's it for me.
All right. Pellier.
All right. I have my familiar, my Tressim, the flying cat, Stripesies. Normally in combat, he's just not there because he's not very useful in combat. So I don't want to just produce him whenever it suits my needs. He's in this combat and he's not in this combat. So I defer to you. Do I need to spend an action to bring him back from his outside dimension, or would it be fine to just have him available?
Right. So perhaps right now, for all to see, we are going to clarify specifically what your standard operating procedures are. Is Stripesies present for everything except combat, and then the first thing you do in combat is you get rid of him for an action? Or is he generally just away until you need him, and then you use an action to pull him in? Because if he is always there, I'm happy to say that he's still there, and that's fine. But if he's not always there and you have to summon him whenever you need him, then he's not here present, and you'll have to spend an action to pull him in.
All right. Well, I guess I don't want to have to spend an action to pull him out in subsequent combats. So I will spend an action to bring him into the universe.
Okay.
And I can do that within 30 feet of me. So I would like to put him just right between Theodora and Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
And Tressim can see anything that's invisible within 60 feet of it. And it can communicate telepathically with me if it's within 100 feet of me. So can I get Stripesies to communicate to me where all of the Duergar are?
So where'd you put it?
Between Theodora, in front and in between of Theodora and Daphne.
There. Okay. All right. And so as an action, you pull him in. He is able to let you know that there is So telepathically communicating with you. There appears to be one invisible one just northeast, a little bit, 10 foot away from Cecil. There is one roughly. I mean, how precise is the cat going to be? I don't think he's going to be able to identify specific spots, but just give you directions and ideas.
Sure.
Then he lets you know that there is one in the water, in the corner, just directly southeast of the horse, east of the horse. Then there is one directly south of the southernmost horse out of the two of them, and he appears to be about 20 feet south of that horse. Okay. Let me hide my ruler. About 25 feet away from you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I will then use my bonus action to use my Blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport right here.
Okay.
And I guess use half my, I don't know if I teleport and I'm still sitting down. So I will use half my movement to stand up. And I will prepare to do battle with these invisible foes. I will call out, Cecil, there is one to your northeast. Everyone else, the other two are over here. And that's it.
Okay. So you pop to that position. The Tresem will then let you know telepathically right and down 10 feet. Okay.
I will be happy where I am.
All right. Daffy, back up to the top of the round.
All right. Given that a lot of my stuff means I have to see something, I guess I'm going to go ahead and cast, if I'm close enough. Sure. Nope, I'm not. Never mind. I'll go ahead and throw a inspiration out to Cecil since he's close enough.
Okay.
And can I ready a spell? I'm not gonna be able to see them is the only thing. Oh, I don't have to be able to see them with dissonant whispers. They just have to be able to hear me. That's good. Can we say then that from what Pellier went ahead and said to us, like a general direction, if I can cast in that general direction, if they can hear it within range, that would work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're specifically channeling your voice in a particular direction, strictly speaking, people all around you 360 degrees would be able to hear you.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, what do you say to him?
I will say,
tell us how dissonant those whispers truly are.
You get sloppy drunk, but I stay whiskey neat. And I'll go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, that's delightful.
All right. That is a wisdom save. Okay. What is your DC?
15.
He fails.
Yay!
Fails. Now, which direction which of the three were you targeting? Top, middle, or bottom?
Let's say bottom.
Bottom. Okay. So, with Dissonant Whispers, he takes damage and then has to run away, correct?
Correct.
Because he failed?
Yay!
So, how much damage does he take?
He takes 3d6 psychic. Nine.
Okay. So he takes the 9 points of psychic damage and must immediately use his reaction to run away from you as fast as he can. And so he does. He runs 30 feet away from you.
Awesome.
Still invisible, though.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Cecil.
Okay, I am going to. All right, I'm going to activate Divine Sense because I have a sense that these might be undead, and when I do that, I have a blue eye and I have like a white silver eye, and my white silver eye turns blue, glows blue, and I want to see if there's any undead, fey, or fiend.
Okay. These creatures looked undead, and they're not classified as undead, but I will give you the general rough idea. You get a sense of you use your action to do this, so you'll know specifically. And let me make sure you can see this. There is one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see my arrow pointing?
Yep.
Another there, and you don't have the range, I don't think, to be able to see the other one. So you know there's one there and one there.
All right, so I will casually stroll 1, 2, right in front of the one that I see, and I will just give him the smuggest smile ever as I wait and end my turn.
You know you don't see it.
I know
You
it's there. Yeah.
You know it's there. Until the end of your next turn, you know it's there. All right. Obi.
Obi will keep doing what he's doing and doesn't like how this guy's staring at him with his little wide eyes, so we're just going to try to stab him in the face again, though I'm quite certain I do not get advantage anymore.
Nope.
C'est la vie.
Sure.
So that is a 13. And yeah, I'll use my last key point to swing and punch at him and try to hit him twice with flurry of blows as a bonus action. So that is a 22 to hit.
The 22 will hit.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
And then 10.
Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Obi?
Action bonus. Hasn't moved. Nope, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Then we will move to the Duergar themselves. The one that is right in front of you will reach out as if to make an unarmed strike at you. You'll see his fist coming around. However, in the last moment, you'll see an almost purple hue stick out and envelop his hand as he thrusts at you with a mind dagger.
Mind's dagger!
Oh. All right. So, first attack, that's going to be a 12 to hit, so that's probably going to miss.
Misses. A dog.
Second attack, however, is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. So that will be 4.
4 points?
No. It'll be for 5 points of piercing.
Oh, that's not bad.
And 15 points of psychic damage.
Oh, headache. Oh.
Okay. All right. Then the other Duergar, we have the one that is next to Cecil. It is going to attack Cecil with advantage because it is invisible when it makes the attack. With the same mind dagger method. So that is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
With the advantage. Okay. So same thing for you. 5 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by only 8 points of psychic.
Damn.
However, instead of making a second attack, he is instead going to look at Daffy and use his mind mastery on Daffy and ask Daffy to roll an intelligence saving throw.
That is so mean. All right.
Big musical furball. Is she intelligent?
No, she is not. But she
Her
rolled
good
an 18.
luck
My
claw.
good luck charm. Hey.
Well done.
So I
well
rolled a
done.
19 technically, so -1, so that's an 18.
That was very well done. All right. The
And Cecil not lucky claw of the Kuthrik.
I want to roll my eyes.
we have one of the so the one that had run away before is now coming back and is going to throw a mind poison dagger at Pelir. You'll see it suddenly appear as it's flying towards you. That will be, with advantage, a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So, the piercing is just 1 point of piercing damage. But the throw is 14 points of psychic damage.
So with
Then
the
as
blessing. Go ahead.
What was
sorry. With the blessing of the Raven Queen, I have resistance to all damage. So that is that 1 still a 1, and then the 14 is 7.
The 1 is still 1, the 14 is still a 7.
Okay.
You gain resistance to all damage until when you teleport until the start of your next turn. Okay. All right. Then in that position, he is going to target Theo with his Mind Mastery and ask Theo to roll an intelligence saving throw.
I got an 8.
All right. With that, the Mind Mastery is to cause you to use your reaction to make an attack against Daffy.
Okay.
Okay. So you must attack Daffy somehow. One weapon attack if you have a weapon.
As a 16 hit. Okay, you get 10 points of slashing damage.
Ow!
All right, and the last one will step out of the water area. Will come up behind Pelir, also stabbing away with his dagger. At the advantage, that is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So as he did it with melee, it's the reduced version. So 7 piercing becomes 3 points of piercing damage. And then 11 psychic becomes 5 psychic. And then he's also going to target now Daffy with the intelligence save. Please make an intelligence save, Daffy.
Oh boy.
If you can't guess, it's to attack Theo back.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Come on, roll 20.
We can all see your result.
9!
It's not. Do you see the result that's directly above the 9?
Was another 18? That's literally not possible.
Was another 18.
Are you serious? I thought that
Yep.
was the same one again.
Nope.
That's amazing.
So
It's the lucky
definitely.
It's the lucky leg.
Yep. All right, Theo, what are you going to do?
I'm so sorry, Daffy. I don't know what came over me.
It really hurt, but it's okay. I don't think it's your fault.
I think it's the dumb dwarves.
I think so too.
And then I point my sword at the one that's in between Pelir and Daffy, and I'm going to attempt to get it with a guiding bolt.
Ooh, okay. That didn't populate in chat.
Sure didn't.
Nope. So, guiding bolt, spell attack roll.
I'm looking to see if I have anything that is the spell attack roll, because I can't remember off the top of my head. It's 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom, right?
So, on your spells page, it should say at the top of it, spell attack bonus is a +7 for you.
There you go. All right.
So,
yeah. I'll
just
do it
roll a
manually.
d20 +7, yep.
There you go. 23.
Woohoo!
Definitely going to hit.
All right.
How much damage do you deal?
Or
I think it's-
D6 radiant.
46, okay.
20 points of damage.
Wow. Okay, that heavily wounds this guy.
This guy is now lit up. He's all sparkly.
Sparkly. Advantage on the next attack against him. Anything else from you, Theo?
That'll do.
Okay. And Pelair.
All right, I will turn around and see the lit up dwarf, and I'll unsheath my silver side sword and lunge at him and attack him.
Go ahead and make that attack.
18 to hit.
Okay. That is going to hit.
So 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Nothing else added to that?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. 7 will kill it.
And then
it falls to the ground.
As my bonus action, I will flourish my blade and begin my blade song. And then with my movement, move up to that fella. And I'm done.
Okay. Daffy.
Alrighty. Who can I see? Who can I see?
So for a quick sit rep, the one next to Cecil doesn't look like he's been harmed at all. The one next to Obi is almost dead. And the one next to Pele right now looks heavily wounded.
Okay. Let's see if I'll go for the one next to Pellier. And let's do another Dissonant Whispers. We'll do that at... you said he's pretty wounded next to Pellier?
Yep.
All right, we'll just do first level then. But yeah, wisdom saving throw for him.
That is a failure. Again.
So I'll just, to the air, whisper down to him. Now payback's a bad bitch, and baby, I'm the baddest. And I'll go ahead and cast that at him. And let's do... That's 11.
All right. So he takes 11 and must now immediately use his reaction to run away, which provokes an attack of opportunity from Pellier.
15.
And fortunately, the 15 is going to miss.
I swipe and it bounces off of his stupid mask.
Okay. Anything else, Daffy?
Who have I not given inspiration to at this point?
Well,
I don't
no
know.
one's using it.
Yeah, no one's using their inspiration, y'all.
Too late? No, you told me that I can't use it.
Yeah.
I keep on forgetting that I have it.
Well, I'll throw it at Theo then. That's fine.
Okay. Cecil.
All right, I am going to look at this dude, twirling my blade, and ask him, "Do you think it's fun? Think it's fun attacking people?" And I'm gonna strike at him. Is it a 1d6 or 1d8 for Bardic Inspiration?
It's 1d8 at 5th level, I believe.
Yeah, I'm at a D8.
All right. And I will roll. I got a 15, and I'm going to roll the d8.
Oh, yes, I find it quite fun, really. Yep.
For 12. I mean, so it's going to hit. So
22 is going to hit 12 points of damage.
And I'm going to add level 1 Divine Smite, which should be 2d8.
Yep.
And that's 12.
All right, heavily wounded now.
And I'm going to strike one more time.
All right, go ahead and attack.
16 to hit.
16 is going to miss.
All right. And then I'm going to end my turn there.
Okay, Obi.
I will smack this guy in the face because it's what I got. That is 20 to hit.
That does hit.
For 7 points of damage.
As your short sword cuts across his flesh, he drops, still covered in wet water. His blood mixes with the mud.
Can I see the guy to the south who's running?
Yes, you can.
I will move after him, and using Cat's Grace, because I did not move last round, I can double my speed to 80 feet, putting me right there. And I will use my bonus action from Martial Art to make one melee unarmed strike against him.
Okay.
It's 18 to hit.
That is going to hit.
And that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Using your feline agility, you run up and you just kind of catch this guy off guard. Hit him around the face. He goes down. All right. Anything else from you, Obi?
I'm done. I'm spent.
Okay. The Duergar, the last one alive. We'll see if his invisibility is recharged. It has. He is going to use his action to turn invisible. And most likely try to run away.
Does my divine sense still activated?
No, it's ended at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Okay. So he's running away, Theo. Pretty sure he's trying to escape. What are you gonna do?
I don't know how far he got or anything like that, so I have no idea where he's at. Can I old-fashioned use my human senses to attempt to perceive where he may have gone, because he's a stout, heavy dwarf that's clomping along on the ground?
Yes. Roll a perception check. If Pelir is in constant communication with his familiar, which I usually assume people can be, Pelir can inform you that he's somewhere around this area. So roll a perception check to see if how precise you can get.
23. Hey, that's a good roll.
He's
He
over
is
there.
right there. 45
Okay.
feet away from you, northeastern direction. That was your action.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use another guiding bolt.
Okay.
Make sure.
This would be at disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go with guiding bolt.
Do you have inspiration?
Yes, I do. I can use it on this too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
All right, and then. Oh well, that'll probably hit him. It's a 20.
You're at disadvantage
Oh right.
because he's invisible.
Okay. Yeah, and so I'll use the
So it's a D8 on top of that.
16.
16 is not going to hit, I'm afraid.
Okay.
All right. Anything else from you?
Nope, that was my best shot.
Okay. Pelir?
All right. I am receiving directions from my Trissim.
Yep.
And I am sped up from my
Blade
Song.
Song.
So I have a move speed of 40 feet. But that is not enough to cover that distance. So I will take out my bow and fire a shot.
Okay. Again, at disadvantage.
Yeah. Drop my sword and pull up my bow. Take a shot.
Yep.
And then I'll probably add a D8 on top of that. I think I need all of that D8 to do that. So 19.
All right. As the arrow flies forward, the Duergar will become visible as the arrow sticks deeply into the back of his shoulder blades, right between the two shoulder blades. It cuts deep into his spine, and he falls to the floor
Nice shot.
in the mud. Right. As the last of these Duergar have fallen, we will regroup and talk about this encounter and this situation next week on the world of Horen. Thank you for joining us this week, guys. Once again, give us a follow. Go share us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you happen to be a lucky individual with a free Twitch Prime account with a Twitch subscription that you haven't used up, go ahead and subscribe to us as well. Every little helps everything that we do. So thank you very much, guys, and we will see you next time.
Good night, everyone.